Hi guys, it's Dylan Sharkey here. I'm the Sales and Investor Relations Advisor here at Photochain. And today I'm here with our CEO Stanislav, and we're just going to talk a little bit about where we are in terms of the ICO, what are the main dates and the main things to look out for, and maybe to talk a little bit about the technology and the platform of what makes us unique. So Stanislav, how are you?
Hi Dylan, I'm very fine. Nice to see you. Nice to see
Yes.
you.
Nice
It's
to see you.
crazy times now, but we are doing well and everything is according to our plans.
Excellent. So can you just, for our viewers here who've just tuned in, remind us about the dates and the schedule of the ICO? I understand we're in something called the Braveheart stage. If you want to explain what that means.
Right, Braveheart stage. The name says it's for Braveheart people, because we deliver big discounts of 30% and even 35% for people who are vesting tokens, because we are planning to stay a long time in the ecosystem, and that's why we are offering people to vest tokens.
By vesting, do you mean kind of like a lockup? So basically, you
Right.
only give an extra discount if they agree to a lockup period.
Right, correct. And
That makes sense. I
Yeah.
think that makes sense on a lot of levels, and especially because you want to attract long-term investors and you don't want people to dump the token once we hit the exchange. So very, very wise decision.
Thank you. Yeah, we was working on the token mechanics for a long time, and we want to create a vital economy, a vital token economy. For this, I think vesting periods are very important. Very important stuff.
Agreed.
And we have also a lot of potential contributors who agree to vest tokens. And for us, it's very cool, because we see that people are interested in the technology, in the project itself, and then they believe in the success. So it's very, very cool to see for us.
And that's one thing I've noticed about this project. You're getting a lot of interest from traditional venture capitalists.
Yes.
For example, you're meeting with Lakeside Partners in Zug, in Switzerland, the original and the first crypto valley. You also had some interest from large Asian investors that I know about. And from my perspective, I think that these big investors are excited because this is a working decentralized application, but it's also a business that could have been viable even before these days of ICOs and decentralization. I mean, you're disrupting a $5 billion industry, the stock photography industry. So very exciting for individual investors and individual buyers to be part of this movement.
Yeah, Dylan, I completely agree to you. We attract also standard venture capitalists, because these guys are interested in the business model, and of course they're interested in the revenue what we will create, and they see that since we are the first project who really have the technology, not just speaking about the technology, but have developed this technology, they are attracted by us. And that's why I see a very positive movement for Photochain in the next months.
No, that's really good. So you've got the interest from the big investors, but you're also taking care of the smaller investors as well. So I like to see that you've got limits in terms of how much each individual can buy in the main token sale. So that stops a couple of whales just swooping in, buying up all the tokens, and then controlling the economy. So you're keeping it very democratic and very decentralized.
Completely right, because we don't want only to have a big stakeholders, or we also want to give something to the community. And I think for a decentralized application, for a real blockchain project, it's very important.
So Stanislav, obviously, like I said, for me, it's validation that you've got these large centralized companies and organizations moving into this sector. Validation of the blockchain-based stock photography business model. But what's your reaction when people ask you, hey, how are you going to survive now that you've got two giant multi-billion-dollar competitors?
Well, it's a very good question, Dylan, and I agree to you. It's for us, it's really showing us that our business case is valid and vital, and it can create a big business. On the other hand, I deeply believe that large industry giants like Baidu will not create a real decentralized application. which will return power back to content creators and share the largest part of the transaction. So I don't think this.
I totally agree with you because you and I would consider us both to be blockchain evangelists, and our mission really is to put the power back into the hands of the market participants. That is the photographers and the companies or small businesses or designers or creatives who need access to use these images. So what would be the motivation for a Baidu or a Kodak coin to create this business, build this business, yet cut out all of the profits and give that back to the people or reduce the costs? They're simply never going to do that. So I think it's one of these things, it's just literally a whitewash to say, hey, we're using blockchain, but it's never going to be true decentralization.
I'm totally on your side. I don't think that big companies have real strategy to make something decentralized, because it would be against their business model. Simply as that. And these big companies have a really complex infrastructure and a lot of employees and so on. It's everything moving very slowly there. I know this because I worked in big industries. And I think we as a little startup with a lot of passion, a lot of power, a lot of brain, we will make it better, faster, and
absolutely.
really decentralized.
I totally agree. So I worked at LinkedIn when it was a small, nimble, fast-moving startup. And I worked there until it was acquired by Microsoft and became part of a huge, slow-moving, bureaucratic organization. So I totally agree with you that in this current generation of businesses and startups, that fast beats big every time. So Stanislav, I guess where we are is we've got a $5 billion industry where giants like Kodak Coin and Chinese giant Baidu are moving in. We've got venture capitalists and then more non-traditional crypto funds interested in investing large amounts and actually committing, and they have invested large amounts into Photochain. And we've got 38,000 Telegram members. So this very long tail of small retail investors. So it looks like everything's stacking up, lining up for an extremely successful ICO. So maybe you could tell the people how long is left in the Braveheart sale, should they want to invest, should they want to get involved?
So definitely, we want to involve and to let people participate on the sale, because as I said, it's a kind of community sale. It's not a big whale sale, and for us, it's also important to share with the community. Very important. And this current stage is running 5 days. So only 5 days to get the discount of 30% and even 35% if people wanted to vest token. It goes to 18th of April, and I would say just do it. You support the technology, you support the industry, and you support a strong business case.
I totally agree, and like you said, this is the cheapest price they're ever going to get for photon tokens for PHT available. So yeah, you heard it first here. If you're interested in supporting the decentralized stock photography revolution, if you want to support startups, photographers and small businesses, and not the big internet giants and photography giants like Baidu and like Kodak Coin, join us, come to our Telegram, come to the Photochain.io website and participate, join the community. We'd love to have you all here. So Stanislav, thank you very much for your time. And I look forward to catching up with you maybe at the end of the Braveheart sale to see how things went.
Thank you, Dylan. I think you will see us even earlier than this end. Maybe we make a little interview with the team. I think it's also
That's
natural.
An excellent idea. So maybe, yes. So maybe the next one of these, we'll do a little interview with other members of the team, maybe your CMO Harris, maybe Freddie, our head of photography community management. So yeah, thank you, Photochain community, and you'll be seeing a lot more of us, and you'll be seeing a lot more of Stanislav over the coming days and weeks.
Thank you, Dylan. Bye-bye.
Bye, Stanislav.